Howdy, folks. I'm Lively Led, loudly lambasting luminous lambs.
I'm Amber.
And what I want to know, Amber, is why are the lambs luminous? And why am I lambasting them?
Well, because you see, you had this glow-in-the-dark paint, and you were planning on using it for other purposes, but you happened to leave it out, and the lambs got into it, and now they're a bit luminous, and that's a better explanation than that they're radioactive, because lead, certain forms are radioactive, and we don't want to go that route.
Yeah, I guess so. I was actually wondering if they were silent. Are they silent lambs?
Probably now that you've lambasted them.
Yeah. Welcome to the Silence of the Lambs show. Let's get started. All right, folks, today we're going to try to getting through a bunch of stories. There's a lot of great ones today, so let's get straight to it. Am I the jerk for refusing to take a pregnancy test my boyfriend bought? I'm a 26-year-old female, and I was laying in my bed last night around 7 p.m. eating popcorn and cranberry cookies while watching a movie. My boyfriend, a 28-year-old male who doesn't live with me but has a key, came over after work. He recently got a new job, and he has been working nonstop for the past 4 months to save up for a new car. I'm talking double shifts, overtime, working 7 days a week, hardly sleeping, just working all the time. So as a result, I only see him approximately 3 times in the past 4 months. Each time, we didn't do anything because he was super tired. Anyways, he came over last night to see me and berated me for eating cookies on my bed, saying that I'm messy, so I'll leave crumbs for the ants to bite him when he sleeps. I responded by just staring blankly at him for a couple of seconds. He said, "Oh, I forgot, you're on your period." I said, "What? I'm not on my period." He looked confused and pulled out his phone. He said according to his period tracker, which, mind you, I didn't know that he had, I was supposed to start my period since the 13th, and by me not being on my period, it meant that I am really late. I told him that I've been stressed with work and home life lately, so maybe that's why it's not here yet. He said, or maybe you've been having fun with other people while I've been working hard for us. At this point, I'm offended and upset. He then demands that I take a pregnancy test. I told him that I don't just have a pregnancy test laying around. He said okay and then left. I tried calling him, but no answer. He comes back 10 minutes later with a pregnancy test from the pharmacy up the street. I was appalled and my jaw hit the floor. I told him that I'm not pregnant because I haven't been doing anything to get pregnant and I'm not taking a pregnancy test, and that if he doesn't trust me when I've done nothing wrong, then he needs to figure out why. He said that if I can't take a pregnancy test, then that just proves that I have something to hide. I asked him politely to leave, and he did. I thought that was the end of it, but this morning I woke up to a bunch of messages from him and his best friend and sister, all calling me horrible names for cheating on him. In one of the messages, he calls me a jerk for not taking the test to please his mind. I haven't responded yet because it's 6:38 a.m. and I don't know what to say. All right, folks, what do you think?
No, OP, you're not the jerk here. And honestly, I would not be in a relationship with this man anymore. He seems very weirdly controlling, monitoring your period without you knowing. And then this whole, well, you have to take a pregnancy test right now because clearly your body can't possibly just have an irregular cycle.
Yeah, I mean, I think that this guy is putting way too much faith in the ability to predict periods, period. And since OP didn't even know that he had this period tracking device, what's to say he's even been keeping track of her cycles correctly? I mean, they haven't even really been together much over the past few months. So if his last recorded date was 4 months ago, that a lot can happen in 4 months to shift someone's cycle.
Right, and like, is it just making the assumption that it's like a consistent 28-day cycle or something? Because a lot of people average to like 26 days or 30 days or something like that.
Yeah, so there's a lot here. I think that this is actually creepy and an invasion of privacy, and it's certainly one thing for you to know that your partner is tracking your period, but it's a completely different thing when they're just doing it out of the blue for funsies to make sure you're not cheating on them.
Yeah, like, that's the thing, is like, what's his motive here? It seems like it's specifically to determine whether or not she's cheating.
Yeah, so I think it's really gross here. I think that OP, you should get out while the getting is good. And this is just kind of a sign here. And again, if he can't trust you, like OP was saying, then that's on him. OP hasn't done anything to breach his trust. He has no reason to believe she's cheating, and lots of people have irregular periods, so that's not a good reason to believe that somebody is cheating on you or not. Well, some people even miss periods, right? If OP's on birth control, which I don't know if they are or not, then they may have missed a period because birth control sometimes does that.
And sometimes people just miss periods in general.
Yeah. But let me know what you folks think. So anyhow, take care and good luck. All right, folks, and our next letter is titled, Am I a Jerk for Getting Our Neighborhood Dog Olympics Canceled Instead of Bending the Rules for Our Neighbor? I understand this is a silly issue that I have, but it's an issue and I need some advice. 5 or 6 years ago, my HOA decided that our neighborhood is boring and encouraged people to come up with ideas and activities to lighten things up. Thus, my Pup Olympics was born. It's just the neighborhood dogs competing poorly in different silly events for 2 days and being rewarded with treats. Early on, there would be prizes for the owners of whichever dog won each event, and it was really fun. After a couple of years, we started doing a paid entry for each event, and the money went towards cash prizes and donations to a really great local animal shelter, where lots of us got our pups. Might be worth here to note that most people in the neighborhood chose to donate their cash prize towards the shelter fund, so we usually come up with a pretty great donation. People look forward to the Olympics every year. It's ridiculous, but it's fun and we all love it. 18 months ago, a new neighbor moved in and she had a poodle who frequently competes and wins in dog competitions. This dog has millions of followers on Instagram. We all follow the page and obviously root for this dog in the competitions. No issue with the dog itself. However, it ruined the Pup Olympics last year. The dog swept every single competition. There is literally one event for senior dogs that it didn't qualify for, and that was the only one that the poodle didn't win. We all just kind of stood there for 2 days and gave cash prizes to the same woman for every event. To make matters worse, she also didn't donate a single extra penny to the shelter fund. Bonus, am I the jerk if I'm wrong for being judgy here? This has taken an event for families and kids and turned it into something that it was never meant to be. It's like having a professional athlete compete at a high school field day. So, the Pup Olympics are happening soon, but this year, my committee decided on a no competition dogs rule to make it more fair for the other owners and families. The poodle owner got notice of this and has gone ballistic. Our HOA had a committee meeting and decided in her favor that we couldn't exclude her or her dog if we wanted to have the competition in the neighborhood. I thought about it and then I just went ahead and sent out the cancellation notices. Somebody from the HOA board tried to pull it back together, but it just isn't getting much interest. Now the poodle owner has sent multiple vindictive messages implying that I did this to hurt her personally and the neighborhood is split 50-50 on who was in the wrong here. So am I the jerk? Edit for some more info. I didn't have space in the post, but to clarify, deciding to cancel was more of a long story short after 4 days of meetings with this woman to try and come up with something agreeable. First, I offered to do a couple of categories for more serious competition dogs, but was told by the HOA that I'm not allowed to host any kind of events that make it seem like it's any part of this is a real dog competition. I tried to restrict how many events each dog can enter, and she wanted that number to be 8. Out of 10 events, she wanted 8. That was the number that she got the HOA board to agree on, and they basically told me that if I couldn't let that happen, then I couldn't host the competition. All right, folks, what do you think?
No, I don't think Opie's the jerk here, but I do think Opie has a few avenues. First of all, I would say, my guess is this woman is in it for the money more than anything. So I would just, instead of using the donation, the entry fees for cash prizes, I just make a big donation. Like, use a little bit to get a few dog toys for the winning events, but just donate the rest of it. Mm-hmm. And you can also change the events so there's things like dog with the goofiest smile, things that aren't like traditional like dog show things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can agree on that. I mean, I think that that's really where this competition has to go, is arrange the competition in such a way that no one dog can possibly be able to actually like win them all. Like prizes for the biggest dog, prizes for the smallest dog, right? She can't win competitions like that. I wouldn't be able to win all of them. And, the things like just very silly things. And I think that that's going to move it along in such a way that she's not going to be able to meaningfully compete. And I think that's really where this needs to go. And I do want to talk about competitions because I think the fun aspect of competitions is the competitiveness, how close the races are going to be. If you have a professional athlete racing against kindergarteners, you're not going to have any fun with that. It's the kindergarteners aren't going to have any fun with that, and the people watching aren't going to have any fun with it. Maybe the athlete is going to be like, haha, I really crushed those kids, but is that really like a reward in itself? I mean, I just don't get it. Like, why would you think this is even fun at a certain point? And I mean, there are people who are, like that, where they're like, I just want to crush everybody and show how much I am dominating everything. But, those kinds of people, maybe they should go to professional events and compete.
Yeah, well, and again, like, I just don't like what the HOA is doing here either. Like, I understand not wanting to exclude people from the neighborhood event, but it basically is like they're saying, well, you've got to hand this lady all this cash.
Yeah.
And that's why I think they should move away from a cash model. So it becomes more of a fun thing and less of a, I want all this money.
Yeah, and I think that if they wanted to do like a cash prize, then don't have it event by event. Have it like a grand prize and a second prize and a third prize. That way it can be something that it can be divided up by a bunch of people, and if you arrange the events in such a way that no one person can win them all, then it means that she's basically going to have as much of a chance as anyone else as getting the first prize. So make it more meaningful, make it more difficult for her to win, and maybe she'll actually feel a little bit better about the competition, and everyone else will too,
Well, I have a feeling she won't, but I mean, I think the important thing is that it's a competition that matches the nature of the event, and you're like Opie said, it's not meant to be serious, so don't have serious challenges.
Yeah. But let me know what you folks think. So anyhow, take care and good luck. Alright folks, and our next letter is titled, I'm a 27-year-old male, and my fiance is a 27-year-old female, and she's being vindictive after I pranked her by pretending to cheat on her. She excluded me from planning any of the wedding stuff. How do I approach her? Hey everyone, my fiance is the love of my life. We've been together for 6 years and it's been great. She was giving me hints about wanting to get married, so I proposed. I wanted to be creative, so I did a prank to make it look like I was cheating on her, and in actuality, there was a proposal waiting for her. Instead of being happy, she snapped at me and called me all sorts of names. She took the ring though and said at least the ring is nice, and then told me that she doesn't want to be around me right now. I asked her if we were engaged and she said yes, and to leave her alone before she changed her mind. She was mad, but eventually got over it, kind of. Eventually, everything is normal, but she has excluded me from the wedding planning. She said since I ruined what was supposed to be a great memory, she doesn't care about what I think about the wedding, and we're doing things her way. It feels vindictive. We are also getting a house built together, but she allows me to have input on our house. I really want to be involved in the wedding because it's my wedding too. I hate that she's making decisions without me. Alright folks, what do you think?
I mean, I think OP made a very, very bad decision here. Like, maybe the prank proposal was funny for him, but you have to think about this from your fiance's perspective. Proposals are supposed to be these sweet, heartfelt things that, people can then, anytime someone's like, oh, how did your fiance propose? They can be like, oh, it was on the beach at sunset or whatever. Not, oh, well, he pretended he cheated on me. Like, you really did sabotage what was supposed to be for her a very personal event.
Well, and I also think that she shouldn't be acting in a kind of cold way here. I mean, I think that maybe it was better if the relationship ended.
Right. It does not seem like a healthy. I hadn't gotten to her part yet, but yeah, she's not responding to this in a healthy manner.
Yeah.
I understand her fears with having OP involved in the wedding planning, but if you're that concerned that he's going to ruin the day, like, maybe don't marry him.
Yeah, I don't know if this is vindictiveness or if this is just I'm worried he's going to try pulling another prank, because she might sincerely be worried about that aspect of it and be like, well, if he did this with the engagement, what's he going to do during the wedding? So I don't know. I think that maybe her fear is not unfounded if that is the case. But if she's just using this as a means to punish, then I don't know if that's healthy.
Well, I mean, I think no matter what, it's not healthy because if you
Oh,
can't
yeah.
trust your partner not to prank you on your wedding day, then like that's not good either.
No, exactly. I'm not saying it is good. It's a bad situation all around. I think they need therapy. I think they need couples counseling
Yeah.
or to break things off.
Yeah, I definitely think they should not get married anytime soon. They really need to work through these hard feelings. You know, maybe OP can plan a new proposal or something if she's amenable to it. And
Yeah, I mean, maybe OP could just repropose to her and apologize, and maybe that would make things smooth things over and make her understand that he wasn't trying to be vindictive or mean with that. But let me know what you folks think. So anyhow, take care and good luck. All right, folks, and our next letter is titled, Partner Wants Me to Do More While I'm 7 months pregnant. I'm a 25-year-old female, 7 months pregnant, with my 30-year-old male fiance. He suddenly dropped on me that I need to do more to make him feel looked after, such as massaging him, bringing his dinner to the table, as well as taking the lead in making our intimate life more exciting. Him coming home to me in the buff, wearing heels, introducing toys, etc. Am I being totally unreasonable here that I feel like this is the most inconsiderate request given that I'm exhausted, in pain, and not feeling my best? I cook every night for him, order takeaways, pack his lunch, bake for him, and we have intimate time every night, and working a job that is more stressful and longer hours than him. I feel blindsided and completely unsupported, like I've made a big mistake. Alright folks, what advice do we have for OP here?
unfortunately, I feel like you have made a big mistake, probably, OP. I honestly don't see what your partner is contributing to this relationship. It sounds like you're both working and your job is at least as strenuous as his. And you're also doing like all the house stuff on top of that while 7 months pregnant. And he just wants more, more, more. Like,
Yeah, it feels like a bait and switch. I feel like he probably put on a nice, show, and now that she's pregnant, he's like, I can now pull out the real me and not have to hide it anymore.
yeah, like how is this gonna be when the baby comes? Like, and he's still expecting you to be waltzing around in high heels, pleasing him, and also high heels at 7 months pregnant. Like, is he trying to make you break your neck?
Yeah, I don't know. The whole thing just is kind of seems ick to me.
It does. It seems like he's trying to create it so that OP can never live up to his expectations, and then he has reasons to never help and always tear her down.
Yeah. Oh, well, you didn't do these things for me when I asked you to, so why should I do anything for you? I think that unfortunately this may be one of those situations where the relationship has run their course. Best you could do is potentially bring in a third party to help moderate things so that you can discuss his demands and hopefully have someone else be like, those are really unreasonable things for you to be requesting right now.
Right, like at this point in time, he should be the one like giving you massages and making sure that you have your dinner and everything.
Yeah.
Like,
So yeah, I think that this is just completely unreasonable for him to be making these demands. But let me know what you folks think. So anyhow, take care and good luck. Alright folks, and our last letter is titled, Am I a jerk for blowing up at my boyfriend for finishing a tub of sour cream in one day? I feel absolutely ridiculous posting this here, but I'm literally crying about this and wondering if I'm overreacting. As with everywhere in the US, grocery prices in my area are astronomical, and I've had to completely change the way I budget for food. I have to be aware of every penny that I spend in order to get the most out of my money when it comes to food. Every week, I have a grocery budget. I plan out all of the meals and what I get for the week and what we have. I do not do extra grocery runs during the week unless it's absolutely necessary. My boyfriend pays for about 30% of the groceries, and I pay for 70% because he pays more for utilities, so it evens out. However, I always tell him that if he wants additional food or if he's still hungry, he can get it himself. Keep in mind that we are not portion restricted. I bought a standard tub of sour cream, and it was supposed to be used in 3 different meals. I told him this. I came home ready to make dinner, and it was gone. Not even used for one meal. He just snacked on the thing throughout the day. Admittedly, I blew up and started crying, asking why he would do that when he knows it was supposed to be used for several meals. I try so hard to budget and save money, and I feel like he just doesn't care. I told him that he can either buy a new tub or I'm not cooking for the rest of the week. I told him that it's a matter of respect and he thinks it's no big deal and I can just go get a new tub and is making a point of saying that I should be the one to get it, not him. He's saying that I'm being dramatic for crying over sour cream. And I know that it's not super expensive, about $3 where I'm at, but it's the principle. I'm just upset that he can't respect what I'm trying to do and doesn't understand why we are strapped for money right now. Am I the jerk? Mini update. For those of you who said that it's not really about the sour cream, but about being disrespected, are 100% correct. Also, the Greek yogurt has remained untouched, so I'll be using that and any future sour cream purchases will be coming from him. Alright folks, what do you think?
Yeah, I don't think OP's the jerk here. I mean, she made it very clear what the sour cream was being used for, and she's made it clear to him that grocery money is tight, and he just seems to have no care for her.
Yeah, I think that in this particular case, maybe it is about time for them to start doing 50-50 split of everything, including like the utilities and groceries. That way he can actually start to feel the pinch when he is the one who's using extra groceries.
And maybe make him go to the grocery store too. Like, I don't necessarily recommend him going on his own because then he might just sabotage it, but like show him the price of the groceries and
Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, yeah, a lot of the prices have gone up in the past couple of years, and that's just the new reality. And until we get some deflation, the prices are going to stay up, and I don't know if that would happen or not, right? And unfortunately, that's just the reality of the situation right now. And the fact that he isn't listening to you and kind of doing these things even and just going out of his way to make your life harder just shows that he's not being a very good partner in this case.
yeah, well, and if it was an honest mistake, he should have been willing to like go out and get a new sour cream
Yeah,
tub.
yeah.
The fact that he's making this all about, oh, well, it's your responsibility to get it. Like, again, he's not feeling any consequences for his actions if that happens. And
Mm-hmm.
when he's the one who ruined dinner for them for 3 nights.
Exactly. But let me know what you folks think. So anyhow, take care and good luck. All right, folks, it is tea time. Grab your beverages of choice. I've got some tea right here, and Amber, she has another jovial Bobstein joke.
What would you get if you crossed a werewolf with a washing machine?
Well, you would get a very loud thumping washing machine that makes a howling noise, and it would not be any fun because it would also, like, whenever you threw clothes into it, they might transform into little mini werewolf clothing accessory type things, and then they would howl at the moon, and whenever it got to be a full moon, and that would be unpleasant.
I mean, I like your idea, but a wash and wear wolf.
That makes sense. That makes sense. And I have Mega Mint. All right, folks, that's all the time we have for today. Happy Wednesday, Hump Day. Happy Friday, Junior's Eve. Amber, we need some kind of moral advice and or guidance, and please have it in engraving on a prize.
To show poodle. Woohoo! You knocked out all the other dogs. Do you feel so proud?
That would be a great one for that poodle. And thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you all tomorrow.
Bye.